Hi, everybody. Welcome to our September Facebook Live for the Alzheimer's Association. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Edgerly, Executive Director for the Northern California and Northern Nevada chapter. And I'm so happy to be joined here today by the fabulous one and only Lem Klein. Hi, Lem.
Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you for having me.
Glad that you could join us. Lem is our chair for the Modesto Walk to End Alzheimer's, and he and I are going to be tag teaming it here today. And so glad that you could join us, all of you, today for our first Facebook Live of what is almost fall. And as you can see around me, flowers are blooming. We're going to talk more about that in just a minute. But before I talk about blooming flowers, I do want to acknowledge, my goodness, what a year it's been, or almost 2 years, right? With all the changes, all the challenges that we faced, and for many of us continue to face. I want to acknowledge, for especially those of you who have been impacted recently by the fires. We've had some tough, scary situations, especially up north and in the Tahoe area, and really all over the place. So we very much want people to be safe and sound, and that goes for the pandemic as well. So we're facing all these things around us. It wouldn't be surprising to feel a little fatigued by all of that. But what we hope to do today is to inspire you to get involved in the Alzheimer's Association and our mission. And for those of you like Lem who have been involved and sticking with us through thick and thin, I want to share with you what difference you're making, because truly you are making a difference in the lives of those with Alzheimer's and dementia who you may never meet. But I want to thank you on behalf of all of those people who you have an impact on. One thing I do want to share, I'm going to share my screen and help make sure that everybody has access to information on where to get help. So if you find that you really are struggling, and so many caregivers during the pandemic have found themselves on their own, trying to be partners and champions for their loved ones with Alzheimer's, we want you to know that you are not alone, and we are here for you. We have our 24/7 helpline available, 1-800-272-3900, also online, alz.org. And even if you're not sure what to ask, if you're just struggling and you want to just talk to someone who understands, this is a great way to do that. When I was actively caring for my mother, what I needed was to know that I wasn't missing anything, that I made sound decisions, and that it seemed like I was on the right track. And even knowing a lot about Alzheimer's, it helped tremendously to hear from someone else who understands what you're going through, that, you know what, I think you've covered all your bases there. So please feel free to reach out. Also share it with others so that nobody faces Alzheimer's alone. So Lem, I've got some good things to share here today.
I love it.
Even in the midst of a pandemic, we have some good news. One thing is, we are at this really unique point in time as an organization and as a movement. I think you know, Lem, and I think many of you online know, we have the first ever potentially disease-modifying drug that's been approved. And one thing you may not know is there are others following on the heels of that approval. So just recently, 2 other drugs have been put forth for potential approval by the FDA. We don't know what's going to happen with those, but what we know is this appears to be a shift where we now actively have potential drugs that could, if approved, come to market. The other thing that's happened is we're looking at potentially a blood test that could be readily available. And why am I going into all this, and how does it relate to, the movement to defeat Alzheimer's? Well, we're getting to the point where it's going to be absolutely critical that people know where to turn if they have concerns, that they can go to their doctor and get diagnosed early, and that those physicians and healthcare systems know how to access all of these new developments that I've just shared with you. because right now these interventions are for early stage. And so we're at an exciting point in time where we could possibly change the picture so that people get identified early and interventions are put in place early so that they don't end up getting to that really severe dementia phase. Wouldn't that be great, Lem?
That is awesome news. It seems like every year we keep progressing and things keep happening, and it's exciting. It's exciting to see, the potential that one day that white flower is going to be right behind you on that wall. But no, it is great to hear these advancements. It really is.
And you're right. I mean, we're getting closer, right? We're getting closer. We're not quite there to the white flower, that first survivor, but we're going to work on it. So I have some other good news. We have some exciting developments here in California. And if you're just joining, you're with Elizabeth Edgerly, Executive Director for the Alzheimer's Association, and my friend and fabulous Alzheimer's champion, Lem Klein, our chair of the Modesto Walk. So welcome. Some
Welcome.
good news. SB 48. So this is legislation in California. And right now, today, the California State Senate Health Committee is hearing more about this. If this is passed, and this is a bill that we've been watching closely, and many of you have been helping us to push forward, it would make it so that people who are 65 and older on Medi-Cal, but who are not on Medicare, can get access to cognitive assessment. This is so important just for the reasons I mentioned, that we need to find people who have Alzheimer's or other types of dementia earlier than we are now. Half of all people with dementia are never diagnosed, and half of the people, those who are diagnosed, half of them aren't told. So this could potentially change that. And when we get these more commonly available treatments, that will be absolutely critically important. So pretty exciting stuff. In terms of federal legislation, we've also got some other things that we're working on. And actually, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second while I talk about those. So Lem, we're always about raising more money for research, right? And
Correct.
asking the federal government. So we are now over $3 billion that the federal government is spending on research, which is amazing. Now, how much has that changed since you've been involved?
Oh gosh.
A lot.
A lot. A lot.
It might have doubled, actually.
That's a lot.
Yeah, again, we're saying Alzheimer's research is a priority. I hope you agree with me on that. We need your voice lifted up to Congress. There's a lot going on right now, and we believe that focusing on Alzheimer's is important. The other piece is we have some legislation looking at comprehensive care and also support for caregivers. So we've got things where we're focusing on two things at the same time: improving quality of life for people who are living with dementia now and for their caregivers right now. And we're also focused on the future. How can we change this situation so that fewer people are suffering in the long run? So we've got some exciting stuff, but we always need people to get involved in public policy. And another thing we need people to get involved in is Walk to End Alzheimer's. So let me pull up our Walk to End Alzheimer's information. Walk is anywhere. Last year we said walk is everywhere. This year we said anywhere is good with us. So we are trying to figure out what is walk in your community, and each and every walk is being considered in its own right. We're looking at the statistics in the local community, following CDC guidelines, and also working with local public health guidance and officials to get a sense of what makes the most sense. So for your individual walk, or if you haven't joined us, please register. They're going to vary by community. Some of them will be walk from home, walk anywhere you want, and we'll do it with some wonderful things on our app. And others are going to have it in person. And so we'll talk about that. Alzheimer's is not stopping, even in a pandemic, and neither are we. We really need to join together to fight the good fight. So let me start us off with Yuba City, and then I'm going to turn it over to Lem to talk about the next walk. But for Yuba City, our very first walk of the season here in Northern California. Walk is anywhere. We have decided we will do a walk from home event. And so what that means is go online. You're going to get information about that, information about, make sure you have the app, because there's a wonderful virtual promise garden that you can participate in. We're going to have a drive-by promise garden, and your walk committee is counting on you to invite people to get involved and walk out in your neighborhood and spread the word that we are on, walk is on. It's just walking in your neighborhood. Let me do some shout outs here. Our top team in Yuba City, Team Tark, David Tark, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, has raised over $7,300. David, that's incredible. Thank you to Team Tark. Our top individual, Charlotte Maddox, which is Team Just Call Me Helen, has raised $4,455. And David is on your heels, Charlotte. He's behind you by just $200. So watch out there. He might eclipse you as top individual fundraiser. But thank you both for amazing, amazing work. And thank you to Carol Pickard, our walk leader, our chair. Thank you, Carol, and the entire committee. And now, Lem, what's going on in Fresno, Madera?
Oh my gosh, Fresno, Madera is at a new location this year, and I hear it's fantastic, but it's a Tesoro Viejo, the Welcome Center in Madera. And the top team right now is Oakmont of Fresno at $11,360. I know, if I had a bill, I'd be bringing it right now. That is crazy. And the top individual, Laurel Ashlock, with Team Educators Erasing Alzheimer's, is $4,470 individual. That's amazing. That's so awesome. And I've already met Nicola. We've been on several meetings together, but Nicola Peacock is that walk chair for the Fresno Madera, and she's exciting. It's exciting to talk to and be around.
Nicola's awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you to the whole walk committee and everybody turning out for Fresno. That will be in person. Oops, I forgot to forward the slide here. So that one is going to be an in-person walk where you can do either. You can go in person and you can walk from home. So either is good. It'll be very quick and efficient, and we're going to avoid crowds. So we'll tell you more about that as we go along, but great walk happening there. And next, Modesto, Lem's favorite walk.
Yay, way to go, Modesto.
Yay, Modesto. Modesto is also going to be an in-person walk plus walk from home. So you make your own decision about that. And our top team there is Stan Seniors and Ladies Friends. Is that two teams or one? Is that one team?
One team.
Wow. Linda Lowe.
Linda
Awesome job. Linda has, and her team has raised over $4,000. Fantastic. Our top individual every year for a long time, Margot Reese. Margot, you are a rock star. $4,343. Margot, thank you. And if I had a drum, I would be beating it for our very own Lem Klein, committee leader, painted his fingernails purple for a donation. And I hear if you give him enough money as a donation, he will dye his hair purple. So
I will dye my hair, my goatee purple.
And the goatee. All right, awesome. Lem, let me ask you a question before I know we'll go on to Santa Cruz next, but why do you walk? What inspires you to get involved in the walk?
Oh my gosh. Well, what inspired me to volunteer and get involved, I mean, I was just asked as a friend to come out and host one time because I had equipment, sound equipment. And I learned so much that first walk about Alzheimer's. I saw Stephen Barbieri and his wife, and if you don't know them, it's an amazing story, but early onset Alzheimer's, and I didn't know him. And when I turned around and saw him and his young children, I about started crying because I was like, I did not know that's what Alzheimer's was. A couple of years later, I'd lose my mother-in-law to dementia, Alzheimer's, and I decided if I was going to be part of this, I wanted to know more, and have been, this is my 6th year, my 2nd year as chair, and I am more committed than ever to supporting this foundation or this association and really helping educate people, helping those out there with the information they need. And I'd love so much that everyone that's on watching and watch later, all of you are able to help so much. And with even a little bit of time, the committee members, volunteers do such an amazing job. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate every one of them that have been part of my time with this committee. It's amazing.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lem. And thank you for all that you do as a volunteer. Lem is one of many, many people who donates his time, his talents, his treasure, you name it, Lem's there. And there are many, many people like Lem, and we welcome you to join us as well if you would like to get involved as a volunteer, whether it's on the walk or in programs or public policy or whatever. We invite you to join us in the movement to fight Alzheimer's and all other dementias. So thank you, Lem.
Sure.
Do you want to share an update on our final walk that we're going to
Santa Cruz?
today?
Oh my, Santa Cruz. I love Santa Cruz. Number one, I love the ocean, and I would love to be at this one because it's what a place to have it. But let's talk about Santa Cruz. And it looks like they're going to be live also.
Yes, they are live on the ocean. So really great breezes, and we feel really good about the Santa Cruz walk.
So we've got our top team, Cure Be Found. They're over $26,500 so far, and they've still got until December 31st. I can't wait to see what they do. The top individual is Julie Gribmeyer. She's part of Cure to Be Found, and she's $13,250. Are you kidding me? Oh, Julie, I need to talk to you. What are you doing? That's fantastic. And you know what? The walk chair there, I mean, we've got to give a big shout out to all walk chairs. Arlene Roberg, thank you so much for what you're doing there in Santa Cruz. Rock on, girl. Looks like it's gonna be a fantastic walk for you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lem. This is such a wonderful walk. You can see Julie in the picture. I don't know if I can pick everybody out. I don't know if Arlene's there too, but so much passion, so much inspiration for this walk and really every walk. And one last thing I want to say about the meaning of the walk. For those of you who are new, we do a really special ceremony called the Promise Flower Ceremony. And you can see my background is promise flowers, and they blow in the wind. They're beautiful in and of themselves, but they're also really meaningful. Each person who comes to the walk, so if you come to an in-person walk, you'll be able to get a flower that represents what Alzheimer's is to you or what you are to Alzheimer's. So for some individuals who are experiencing Alzheimer's or related dementia, they would carry the blue flower. For those who are caring for someone with dementia, they would carry the yellow flower. For those who've lost someone, it's the purple flower. And for those who are committed to having a positive impact on all of this that we've been talking about, champions for the cause would carry the orange flower. And on walk day, we write the names of those we love, we honor, we remember on the flowers, and we literally plant them in the ground, and they blow in the wind. And what it does for all of us is it helps us to heal. For those, I always get weepy just thinking about this because it's absolutely healing for me. Makes me think of my mother and all the people who we've lost. In her case, the Lewy body dementia. Lem, your family, the people who are living and who are champions, and those we've lost. And so we invite you to join or support us in this effort to come together as a community to heal and to inspire and to change the world. So that's what the walk is about.
So well said. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for everything you're doing. Now we're going to share some upcoming events. I'll get us started, and then I'm going to turn it over to Lem. We'll kind of tag team. So this is Hispanic Heritage Month, and so we have some special events between September 10th and September 24th. One to check out is Appreciating the Caregiver, but on our website, you're going to be able to find various programs that we have. So, and we have them in Spanish. And so please, please check them out. You can do them online or by phone. And so there's access to educational programs, support groups, but even one-on-one support. So we hope that when we kick off Hispanic Heritage Month on September 15th, that you'll join us for one of these series. We also have a program for people living with dementia, their caregivers in the early stages of the disease, and that's a 3-week series. So we've got quite a few things. Lem, why don't you take it for the other events that we have coming up?
Well, these are the special online education programs. On 9/9, it's Life Interrupted. And this is for those unique challenges facing the younger onset and millennial caregivers. So that's really for the younger caregivers and the challenges for younger onset. 9/16 and 18th, you've got the Caregiver Conference, and that is presented in Vietnamese. You see what we're doing here? We're assisting and helping others. 9/25, Women and Brain Health, presented in Mandarin. Going to have brain health tips, research updates, and healthy eating suggestions on that. So all of these different languages, but all helping different people.
Awesome. Thank you, Lem. I just want to kind of wind things up. If you didn't see a program on those slides that we just showed you, we have a lot of programs. And so if you check out the link to our website, pretty much at any given time, you're going to be able to access top quality information and education and printed information, whatever it is. If you can't find the answer to your question, call us. We are waiting for your call, and really we want to be there to help you get through this, find information for yourself, for friends, for family, whatever it is. So we've got lots going on. I hope we're going to see you at a walk near you. We invite you to join. Labor Day's over. It's walk season. We can do this, right, Lem?
That's right. Walk season is here.
Awesome. Thank you all for joining us today. Our next Facebook Live event is going to be Wednesday, September 22nd at 12:30. And please send us your questions. If there's a topic you want us to address, we would love to be able to do that. Have a wonderful afternoon. And thank you, Lem Klein, our fabulous volunteer. Thank you all for all your support. Have a wonderful day.